Crypto markets are getting heated. Some alts have been going wild and blowing people's expectations out of the water, and it doesn't look like the market is going to quit sizzling anytime soon. And that's why we're going to talk about 5 potential crypto moonshots that are especially ambitious in their use cases and could see rocket growth at some point in the remainder of the bull run. I was on a hunt for unique use cases and I found them. First on the list is Moonbeam. Moonbeam just won a crowd loan auction on Polkadot. Moonbeam has a really unique use case compared to other projects competing for ongoing Polkadot parachains. And in case you're unfamiliar with Polkadot parachains, these are essentially auctions where companies like Moonbeam borrow DOT to compete to win a parachain slot on Polkadot. Basically, these auctions are designed to be competitive to encourage the most beneficial outcome for the Polkadot ecosystem. When the auction is won, this means that the project gets to build on the Polkadot blockchain. It's kind of like crowdsourcing where you get exposure to projects before they hit the open market. So what is Moonbeam? At its most simple level, Moonbeam is a platform that allows projects built on other blockchains to go ahead and port over to Polkadot. Now, there are other projects aiming to do this as well, but Moonbeam's use case is unique in that it's EVM compatible. EVM compatibility allows applications built on the Ethereum blockchain to be ported over to Polkadot. This means protocols like Uniswap and Aave will be able to directly deploy their projects on Polkadot through Moonbeam without having to learn Substrate, the Polkadot blockchain's programming language. This is a strong use case for Moonbeam, as Polkadot will no doubt want to have access to the user bases of dApps on other blockchains. We've also seen Moonbeam's sister network, Moonriver, perform well on the Parachain auction on Kusama, Polkadot's canary or test network. Those who loaned out their Kusama for Moonriver Parachain auctions were handsomely rewarded. This is especially true after Moonriver was listed on exchanges, and Moonbeam just won the auction and will soon be listed on many exchanges as well, which is why this is one to keep a close eye on. I see Moonbeam and other Polkadot crowd loans as a potential opportunity to make a strong ROI this bull season. You'll also want to check out parachains.info/auctions for more crowd loan opportunities. If you're interested, there are many ways to participate in parachain auctions, and this can be done through Binance's centralized exchange or KuCoin directly. Both of those will be linked in the description below. Another way is directly through your Polkadot wallet. And this isn't me saying that you should absolutely do this. I just wanted to highlight how these parachain auctions work. That way you understand them in the future. And of course, always do your own due diligence as well. This is just one option of many in the crypto space, so make sure any investment that you make checks all of your individual boxes. If you'd like a free crypto quality checklist, I'll have mine linked completely free in the description below. Also linked in the description is my Patreon that you should absolutely consider joining. There you'll be notified whenever I buy or sell any crypto. And here are 2 of my buys I made in the last 6 weeks, both up more than 60%. You'll also get a private community, free coaching, and a whole lot more. Honestly, it's a steal for as little as $10 a month. Now, next on this list, I want to talk about a project that I'm relatively new to called Kedena. It seems that a decision has been made here in crypto, and that is that generally proof of stake consensus is the way to go for keeping blockchains running efficiently. Even Ethereum, the #1 general purpose blockchain, is merging to proof of stake at some point in the future.
And it hasn't yet, but we'll see.
However, some think that proof of stake is the only way to achieve a high transaction throughput, and this is simply not accurate. What we're seeing with some newer blockchains like Kedena is proof of work doesn't have to be slow and expensive like Bitcoin. Sorry, Bitcoin, I still love you. And this is what caught my attention. Kedena launched in January 2020 by the founders Stuart Popejoy and Will Martino, who were former colleagues at JP Morgan. Stuart Popejoy was actually the lead engineer for JP Morgan's first public blockchain, Juno. With a team of such high credentials, this further sparked my interest in Kedena. Stuart also created the Pact smart contract language, which is the programming language native to Kedena that they believe is more secure than Solidity. And in order to scale proof of work, Kedena has essentially created what they call a parallelized proof of work consensus mechanism. Kedena claims that this allows them to exponentially increase the throughput and scalability normally not found in other proof of work blockchains, while still maintaining the integrity and security found in Bitcoin. So I'm really impressed with Kedena's use cases as well as the team's background and experience. Now, I wanted to just take a quick moment to give you a quick lesson on how I find potential moonshots. That way you can follow this process on your own own and potentially find your own gems before they get big like Kedena, because they've seen a big run up in the last month. So here's what I did. I found Kedena by simply exploring layer 1 blockchains on Twitter. We've seen layer 1s explode already this year, like Solana, Cardano, or Avalanche, and it's my hypothesis that we will continue to see other layer 1s make potentially parabolic moves. So when I'm looking at layer 1 blockchains, I want to find one that solves a problem that other layer 1s aren't solving. And then when I find something, I ask myself a couple questions. Are they the only ones who have a solution to this problem? And does this problem need a solution? So I came across Kedena and I thought, hey, there's something pretty unique here. And also another interesting project using proof of work is Ergo. I'll have a video on Ergo linked in the description. It's worth checking out. Now, one thing to consider with Kedena is its recent price run up. This project had a pretty uneventful price action for over a year, and now it's at a near all-time high price. So this poses the risk of a pullback. And because of this, I will watch this project closely and see where the price heads in the near future. I mean, crypto is still brand new, and we'll have plenty of opportunities to catch a project before it blows up, potentially including a few in the rest of today's video. And that brings me to number 3. I wanted to talk about a project I learned about recently called Superfarm. So Superfarm is an ecosystem that allows easy access to NFTs with a multi-chain farming platform. Don't worry, we're going to go through all this. They allow tokens to build their own NFT farm on Superfarm with no code required. You can think of NFT farming as earning some form of yield or some kind of benefit off of your NFTs. One of the biggest issues with cryptocurrency in general is adding utility to coins, and Superfarm has a mission to help almost any crypto add utility to their coin. And this honestly sounds like a job that I would be good at, and I already thought of the title. It's Chief Use Case Officer. But anyways, think about it this way. Before DeFi protocols were invented that would allow holders to yield farm tokens, holders could really only do 2 things. They could either buy or sell. You couldn't earn money off of your money. However, DeFi poses a problem. Increasing the supply of a token through DeFi is typically inflationary, meaning other tokens in the ecosystem are now worth ever so slightly less as new tokens are added to the blockchain. Superfarm provides a home for NFT farming combined with crypto-to-crypto farming, which is so easy to use that even retail investors who've never used a dApp before could figure it out. That's their goal anyways. What really appeals to me though is Superfarm is building an ecosystem that combines all the top NFT features into one single platform. As we can see here, NFTs on Superfarm can do so much more than any other NFT platform. In addition to what common NFT platforms can do, Superfarm facilitates NFT farming, an NFT multiverse video game, crypto farming, and ERC20 generators. While looking at the 1-year chart on CoinMarketCap, I can see Superfarm is trading now at under $2, which is quite far from its all-time high of $4.50. So this tells me that there's strong support at these price levels and not too much sell pressure, making this investment slightly less risky with a potential higher ROI. Now that doesn't mean you should buy anything that is significantly down from their all-time high, but if you analyze the team behind a project and they're building big things behind the scenes, you can potentially identify if you're looking at a good investment at a discount price versus just a token that's dead and not returning. In the case of Superfarm, it looks like the founders have been putting a lot of work into the project, and I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw some nice returns on this bull run. However, again, there are of course risks. NFTs are still extremely popular, and we can't be certain what the future will hold when it comes to NFTs. And of course, this is still a small and volatile project in itself, so be careful always. Now, next we have a token that I'm excited about called Arweave. Arweave is a blockchain which houses the permaweb. The permaweb is a place where users on the internet say that they can store their data and be free from censorship. Now, what really catches my attention about Arweave is that they offer a solution to data storage, which almost the entire internet depends on. So here's the problem. If for some reason the host of your data removes it because a monthly subscription wasn't paid, for example, the content can be lost forever. The solution Arweave presents is that users can pay a one-time fee, and then they can store their file on Arweave forever without the fear of ever losing their precious JPEGs in the case of NFTs. Now, Arweave is down from an all-time high of $86, but I believe in spite of Arweave's relatively high market cap, we could still potentially see some major price appreciation here, especially once the market catches on. So they have a very unique value proposition in a space that makes a ton of sense for cryptos. storage services. Now, number 5 on this list is Shiden Network. Shiden is another token that has recently taken my interest, and I saw it was trending on Twitter as there was some speculation whether Binance will soon list it, so I thought I'd look into this more. I did a little bit of research, but I haven't found any proof to back that up. But that being said, I think that the price that it's at may actually be a steal given Shiden's use cases. Shiden is a scalable multi-chain platform for developers to build on Kusama. They have a similar use case to Moonbeam, which we discussed will likely be deploying soon on Polkadot. So I took a look at their website and I learned that Shiden offers a toolkit for developers who are comfortable with Solidity to port their dApps that they built on Ethereum over to Kusama. Then I went to their Twitter page and I saw Shiden had been developing pretty great things for their community recently. Just last month, Shiden Network made their most important update to date. This will allow devs to build on the Shiden Network and earn staking rewards in a new tool called dApp staking. So developers can build on the Shiden Network and earn the SDN tokens as a result. This means if developers continue to build on Shiden, we could potentially see a lot of price growth from Shiden at these current levels. Shiden is far away now from its all-time high at $8. However, it wouldn't surprise me to see Shiden do well, especially if this bull market continues. But of course, as always, do that due diligence on your side as well. If you'd like additional private content, buy alerts, weekly coaching, and a private community, join my Patreon, linked in the description. Again, for as little as $10 a month. It's a complete steal. I'd like to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a profitable day.